Whew. All right, fellas. Today, I'm just going through a quick lower body workout. I'm about 2 months into my off season. It's been a while. I haven't really played a lot of volleyball. Been dealing with some injuries. I'm gonna get all into that later, but yeah, I'm a little out of breath. Just got through my warm up. We're gonna go through some plyos, stuff I'm doing to recover. And yeah, I'm just gonna hit a quick overall lower body workout. You guys can copy to this if you want. This is really tailored towards my specific goals right now. So this isn't like a workout for everyone, but if you're dealing with the stuff I've been dealing with and you're in off season, or you just wanna hit a quick lower body workout, this is gonna be for you. All right, cool. So directly following my warm up, I'm just gonna hop on the foam roller for a little bit. If you guys have been keeping up, following along, I did hint a few times that I've been dealing with a little bit of injuries. One of them being my IT band. My IT band flared up really bad at the end of my season. So I've been taking a lot of priority and putting a lot of emphasis on my hips and my glutes recently. So foam rolling has been one of those things that has helped me out a lot. Pre-workout, pre-game, whenever I go play or anything. It helps me loosen up and takes a little bit of stress off of it. This is one thing I wish I was doing a lot sooner. I feel like if I foam rolled a little bit more and kind of took priority in my hips, wouldn't have really gotten this flare up. I didn't really take care of it the first few weeks of my injury, so it flared up pretty bad. It got worse over time. I didn't know how to take care of it, and I just kept playing on it. So now here I am, 8 weeks later, still having to kind of rehab it and getting it extra loose before I really go out and do anything. Spending about 5 to 10 minutes here, just hitting my quad, my T-band up here. It's a little bit higher on my hip, so get this loose down here. I don't really go on the area too much because it is pretty painful. But yeah, take 5 to 10 minutes, quad, IT band, try to get the outer hip right here and kind of the meat of the glute. If you're dealing with tight hips, tight back, or even knee pain, I would definitely recommend trying to get your hips and your glutes loose and strong at the same time. Directly after my foam rolling, I like to just get into some quick hip activation and mobility. I just like to do a little bit of fire hydrants, get them activated. I go about 6 reps on each leg. After I knock those out, hit some of these real quick just to get the glute going. These right here were a big one for me. During the first few weeks of my injury, these were actually pretty tough to do, but staying consistent and doing them a few times a week. There's no real pain with these anymore. This offseason has looked a lot different for me. Yeah, I was dealing with the injury, but at the same time, I was trying to maintain my weight or even put on a few pounds. And to be honest, eating in a surplus is way harder than it actually sounds. I was doing all the right things in the weight room, but I wasn't supplying my body with the right fuel that it needed. And for this exact reason, I started using Cal AI. I needed a way to actually know if I was hitting my numbers without guessing and hoping for the best. And it's super simple to use. All I gotta do is take a quick picture of my plate and boom. It breaks down the calories, protein, carbs, fat, all instantly, without having to log everything or search for everything. What actually sold me on this was the accuracy. It pulls information from a huge food database without just giving you a rough estimate of what it's looking at. It's precise enough that I completely trusted it for my recovery diet. And it's not only home-cooked meals. You can grab any package that you have and scan the barcode on that, and it'll give you all the nutritional facts instantly. For someone that has always wanted to track their weight and track their calories, but never had the motivation to actually sit down and track everything that I was eating every day, this app is a game changer. It saves me a ton of time, and honestly, it doesn't even feel like I'm really putting in any work to get the job done. If you're dealing with anything similar, recovering from an injury, trying to put on some weight, or even trying to lose weight, this app has genuinely made my life easier. If you're interested, you can go download Cal AI and use code ZAY to get your first 3 days free. First thing I'm doing right here is my isometrics, which is always my least favorite part of the workout. I'm going 2 sets, 30 seconds today of each side of a split squat isometric, all right? Let's knock these out. If you've been watching and keeping up with Mickey's training, you can see that these isos are not as intense as his. I'm really only doing these to like activate my tendons and my muscles real quick before I hop into my more intense plyometrics and stuff like that. All right, perfect, moving on. We're going just stationary pogos. Just going 1 set of each. Again, I'm not really training right now to increase vertical or perform any crazy athletic feat. I'm just trying to maintain and get my body back up to what it was before I got injured. 1 set, 10 reps of stationary pogos using the ankle right here, all right? Good. After that, I'm just gonna go straight into my single leg pogos. Same thing, I'm doing 1 set, 10 reps right leg, 1 set, 10 reps left leg. Then I'm gonna move into my line hop series, all right? We're going line hops now, so I'm going 2 sets of each of these right now. I'm gonna go forward and back on 2 feet, side to side on 2 feet, forward and back on 1 foot, side to side on 1 foot. All right, let's knock these out. All right, perfect. Moving on. I'm just gonna work on some force absorption real quick. A lot of the reason for injury is because I had really weak glute. I wasn't the greatest at absorbing force, and it really shows. Like, I'll stand up, my natural single leg squat with this leg, my glutes nice and activated. I could touch my knees nice and straight. My natural squat with this leg, I have to lean into it. My knee caves in a little bit. I just have a weaker glute on this side. So I have been working through a lot of force absorption lately, and depth drops is one of the ones that I've been doing. So I have 10 reps here, then we're moving on to a depth jump, which is a little bit more advanced. All I'm doing is adding a jump to it, all right? But I got 10 reps here. Keep my knees out. All right, that's 10. So all I'm doing now is 6 of these. All I'm doing is adding a jump to this depth drop, all right? So these are depth jumps. I'm not really too worried about how much force I'm able to produce right now. I'm not worried about getting as high as I can with every rep. I just want all the landings and all the force absorption to feel nice, all right? 6 reps here. Obviously, I'm giving effort in my jump, but that's not the biggest thing I'm worried about here. Oh, there it is. Work on that landing. Whenever I jump or produce force, I never feel pain. It's always in my landing or what hurt the most for me when I first got the injury was pushing into my penultimate step. This force absorption here would always kill me. Jumping, everything else has been fine. It's really just that single leg absorption. Oh, there it is. All right, so moving into our strength block today, we got eccentric front squats today. Same emphasis, a lot of eccentric movements, trying to put tension in that glute, work on my force absorption. I'm going front squats today because I want to put a little more emphasis in my front load position. I think I've done enough back squats and just back loaded exercises this past year, so I'm trying to switch it up, get a little bit more into front squats. But yeah, our sets today is 4 sets of 4 reps with a 4-second eccentric every rep. We're supersetting it with another thing that is going to work on that glute and hip control, and we're moving on. I'm not working up to super heavy sets today, just really trying to work on that control. If anything, I'm only getting to about 70 to 75% of my 1 rep max. This will be my first set right here. First set knocked out. Let me show you guys a superset real quick. So for my superset, all I'm doing is grabbing one of these fabric hip bands. This is the heaviest version that I have. All I'm doing is getting into a glute bridge position. I'm doing 6 reps here, trying to maintain tension on my knees. So this band is gonna try to pull my knees together. All I'm doing with my hips and my glutes is trying to keep that band out as I do my glute bridge nice and slow. I'm coming back down. All right, I'm not overly ripping this band out, but I'm also not letting it take my knees in. Pushing through my heels, getting my hips all the way up, controlling back down. If you're doing these right, you should feel a massive burn in your hamstrings, but also a lot of tension in your glutes and your hips. Whew. And that's the superset. God, those freaking suck. That was my last set right there. I only built up to a plate, 25, and man, that was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. All right, last set of supersets, so we're moving on. Moving on from our main strength block, I'm just going 2 sets, 8 reps of dumbbell reverse lunges. The rest of my sets and reps, nice and low. I only got 2 sets of everything else, 8 reps besides our core. Once again, not in my most intense training cycle right now. Trying to get back up to full health, but for now, just knocking these out, 2 sets, 8 reps each side, all right? I have the same emphasis with these, trying to absorb force on the way down, control nice and slow. A big factor for me in this one is getting my knee pointed out. My left knee is fine. I feel real stable on my left knee. As soon as I go to my right leg, my right knee likes to cave in. All right, moving on. We have 2 sets, 8 reps of barbell RDLs. 2x8 here, nothing too heavy. Feet are directly under you, hinging the hips backwards. And coming back up. 1. You know, anytime I work out with someone, we do RDLs, they always say that I have the most perfect RDL form that they have ever seen, which is funny because I feel like I'm constantly doing RDLs wrong. But hey, I don't know, let me know down in the comments if you think my RDL form is pretty good. And let me know if you think it's above pretty good, all right? All right, the next workout that we got, which I have a love-hate relationship with, is our Nordic hamstring curls. Bro, these flies are driving me crazy, I'm not gonna lie. It's Nordic hamstring curls, love-hate relationship. These suck, but I genuinely do like doing these. I think it might just be the setup that I hate doing. I have 4 sets of 2 reps of a max eccentric. So same thing, working eccentrically, trying to be as slow as possible, going down into my Nordic hamstring curl. Set these up real quick. Throw another 10 on each side real quick. All right, let's knock these out. No, it's a hate-hate relationship actually. I hate doing these. At the end of every single workout, I do some type of core movement. Today, I got side plank hip lifts, 2 sets of 20 each side, and then that is it for the workout. Let's knock these out. No, I'm gonna kill these flies first actually, hold on. 2 sets, 20 reps each side. These are actually one of my least favorite core workouts. All right, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm trying to get a lot more volleyball content out. I'm pretty much healthy, feeling good again. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to go check out Mickey's training arc. That guy has put in a lot of work and he has reached a pretty insane goal. So the finale of that should be dropping after this video. Man, I'm cooked. I don't even know what else to say. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.